Did you know I was arrested for not giving up my seat on a bus? I am Rosa Parks. I challenged segregation laws and became the mother of the civil rights movement. Despite my peaceful resistance, I faced threats and hardships throughout my life. But my fight led to significant changes in America. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. I was born in Tuskegee, Alabama, in 1913. I grew up in a time when racial segregation was the norm. My grandfather, a former slave, would stay up at night to protect us from the Ku Klux Klan members who often threatened black families in our area. These early experiences shaped my perception of equality and justice. I learned to read and write at a school for black children and, despite adversities, I always had a strong desire to educate myself. However, I had to leave school at an early age to care for my sick family, but later I obtained my high school diploma. Regarding my love life, I married Raymond Parks in 1932. He was a barber and a civil rights activist. Together, we shared a passion for justice and worked on racial injustice cases. Raymond was my rock and my constant support in the toughest times. Our union strengthened my determination to fight against racial injustice in America. On December 1, 1955, in Montgomery, Alabama, I became a symbol of resistance when I refused to give up my seat on a bus to a white passenger, challenging the South's segregation laws. Although I wasn't the first person to resist in this way, my act of civil disobedience became a catalyst for the civil rights movement in the United States. After my arrest, Montgomery's black community, led by the young pastor Martin Luther King Jr., organized a bus boycott that lasted 381 days. This boycott not only economically affected the city's transportation system but also led to a Supreme Court decision that declared segregation laws in public transportation unconstitutional. While many believe my act was spontaneous, the truth is I already had a background in the civil rights struggle. I was an active member of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, NAACP, and had attended nonviolent resistance workshops. Interestingly, contrary to popular belief, I didn't refuse to move because I was physically tired that day. I refused because I was tired of giving in, tired of the injustice. My husband Raymond and I faced many repercussions after my arrest. I lost my job, and we received constant threats. However, Raymond was always by my side, supporting me every step of the way. My resistance and the subsequent Montgomery boycott became defining moments in the fight for racial equality in America, inspiring generations to rise against injustice. As the years went by, my health began to deteriorate. Although I had overcome many challenges in my life, nature had its plan. At the age of 92, I passed away in my Detroit home. My death was not just the end of a life, but also the closing of a chapter in the history of the civil rights struggle. Throughout my life, I faced numerous adversities. After my active resistance on the bus, Raymond and I suffered threats and repercussions. The tension and stress affected our health and well-being. Despite everything, our relationship remained strong, and together we faced every challenge that came our way. Interestingly, after my death, I was the first woman and the second African American to be honored to lie in state in the U.S. Capitol, a recognition of my impact on the nation. Reflecting on my life, I can say that every act of resistance, no matter how small, has the power to change the world. You don't need to be a leader or have a position of power to make a difference. Sometimes, all that's needed is the courage to say no when faced with injustice. Thank you for joining me on this journey through my life. If you want to learn more about people who left their mark on history, don't forget to subscribe and keep watching more videos. See you next time.